Thank you, General Davis, for that very kind, flowery introduction. I was worried you might not be able to read my handwriting. And thank you, Admiral Podashek, and to all the people in the Navy Memorial Organization for presenting me with this just absolutely wonderful award. I'm tremendously honored to be among the other three people honored tonight. Mike Petters, who's coming up later, has the good fortune of following me. I have the disadvantage of following Admiral Gracie and you could call him Secretary or Ambassador Middendorf, either one. Ambassador Middendorf and I have a couple of things in common. Very little, but we both went to Holy Cross College. We were both on NROTC scholarships there. We both have had an association with the Marine Corps Marathon. He founded it, ran 8 of them. I watched my wife Susan run one. So when I listen to what he's done, he graduated 18 years, I think, before I did. I've got a lot to do in the next 18 years, that's all I'm going to say. Congratulations on what a life. When I was growing up, it would have been highly improbable, or seemed highly improbable, or even implausible that I would be up here getting some kind of a distinguished award from the Navy. When I was in high school, I wasn't president of anything, I wasn't chairman of anything. My biggest distinction was I was a member of the student body. And as far as the Navy is concerned, nobody in my family had been in the Navy or anything. So I still remember going down to the Boston Navy Yard for an interview for my Naval ROTC scholarship. And there was a man with all kinds of stripes all over his arm. And everybody called him Chief. And he scared the life out of me. I was sure this guy must have run the whole United States Navy. I mean, he was Chief. Then there was this very nice man who interviewed me who just had 2 or 3 stripes on his arm. He was my friend. I mean, that's how little I knew about the Navy. But my dad, who died when I was in college, he was born in 1905, and he was too young for World War I, and at 37 or whatever, when World War II started, he didn't enter World War II. But he always had this admiration for the Navy. And it might have been the blue suit with the white hat, I'm not sure, but he always thought that being a naval officer would be about the greatest thing that could ever happen to me. So I applied and got the Naval ROTC scholarship to a fine school, Holy Cross. And my first summer, I was on the USS Essex. For those of you who know Navy ship numbering, this was CVS 9, the 9th aircraft carrier ever built, and believe me, it seemed like it. I was in the boiler division. I never was below 100 degrees, and that is the reason I went in the Marine Corps. So. I knew the Marine Corps was outside running around, and that seemed like more fun to me. But my dad was right. The Marine Corps, the Navy, and its associate service, the Marine Corps, it has just been terrific for me. I've been fortunate to be, as you heard there, part of some terrific corporations in my career: P&G, Kraft Foods, Quaker Oats, PepsiCo, and for a short time as CEO of 3M. But as anyone who knows me well would tell you, the organization that I'm most proud of and had the most positive influence on my life was the United States Marine Corps. I'll join you. I entered the basic school in 1963, honestly, as a little more than a little bit grown-up teenager. And I was discharged 4 years later as a leader of men, leader of Marines, tempered by some combat experience and influenced by absolutely outstanding mentors. People at my own level of peers people senior to me. But I'll tell you, even more importantly, were people below me. And as the second lieutenant, there ain't nobody below you who's an officer. They were all NCOs. The NCOs, I will tell you, I know from having been in the boiler division on that ship and in the Marine Corps, they are the absolute bedrock of the service. And thank you. And these Marine mentors personified the critical values of the naval service that you've heard mentioned tonight: honor, courage, and commitment, and helped instill them in me. I'll be eternally grateful to them for that, and I'm similarly grateful for this award tonight. I think my dad would be proud. Thank you so much. Semper Fidelis.